Well, good morning. Today is Monday, March 27th. It's time for our weekly meeting highlights. This month's theme is your weight loss questions answered. Kind of appropriate, I think, for the month of March. The topic for this week, though, is how to handle a small weight loss. If you're new to my channel, I usually at this point tell you how much I weigh and how much I've lost. I gave up the scale for Lent. Hopefully, no, not even hopefully, I know it's going to have been a good decision for me. I have learned in the past 5 weeks to listen to my body cues. I'm not tied to the scale as far as my weight loss. I can tell in my clothes that they're fitting a little bit looser. I'm feeling just in my whole general aspect of life, I just feel so much better. I don't feel so chained to the scale. It's really just a tool to help you guide you along the way. I was just getting so obsessed with it that I was like, I would binge eat because I would go crazy. I just really would. Last week I had a very good week. I know that if I would have got on the scale today, I would have lost a pound. I know that because I didn't eat out at all. I prepared all my meals at home. Some of my days were a little carb heavy. I realized that, but I think I balanced them out the other days. I'm listening to my body cues. When my body tells me I'm hungry, then I eat. I'm not eating in between meals, so I'm eating some pretty good sized meals. I'm trying to cut back on my portion sizes. I still have a ways to go with that, but I think I'm doing better all in all. My goal is to lose 7 pounds during my 7-week experiment. I'll be a little disappointed if I don't lose 7 pounds, but I will not be discouraged because I just like the feeling that I have of not weighing myself every week. I'm going to make another assessment of that. I'm going to weigh myself on Easter Sunday. I'll weigh myself again on Monday. Sorry about this. I got a call coming in. I'll weigh myself again on Monday because that is my official weigh-in date. But I just wanted to see how I would do as far as my experiment. I weighed myself the Monday, my natural Monday 7 weeks ago today, or 5 weeks ago today. And I think that when I weigh myself in 2 weeks, I'm going to have lost 7 pounds. The reason I'm weighing myself on Easter Sunday is I'm having ham on Sunday, and we all know that kind of gives you a little bit of a sodium gain. So what I'm going to track in my tracker on my app will be what I weigh on Monday, not what I weigh on Sunday. So, okay, with that all being said, no weight reveal for you right now. In 2 weeks, though, tune back in 2 weeks because I know I'm going to have lost 7 pounds. I know that. I just know that. But anyway, this week is how to handle a small weight gain. TBH, what's that? 2B? Oh, no. You know what? I am not like, I text and all that, but I don't use all of these abbreviations. TBH. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm for a loss for words. I know, like, LOL, laugh out loud, or SLA, see you later, SYL, rather, see you later. I know some things, but TBH. Oh, well. Not every gain needs a response. Weight fluctuations are normal. But if you notice more of an upward trend, remind yourself that these are also normal. Then set your action plan into motion. If you don't have one, let's fix that. Okay, I'm still kind of lost on that TBH. But anyway, I think that when I was really watching the scale so much, if I could see, like I thought I did really, really well this week, and I really, really did really well. And then I got on the scale and, quarter of a pound. I mean, it's a loss. I always say don't say only, because a loss is a loss no matter what. But I would think, you know what? I was so dedicated this week. I just was so dedicated, and I didn't lose any weight. I didn't lose the weight I thought I should have lost. So I kind of get a little discouraged, and then that week I kind of go a little off track. Not completely, but a little bit off track. And then the following week I have a huge gain, a loss. And then I'm thinking, you know what? I went back to eating a little bit more, and I lost weight. I think that's what it was. And so then that week I continue on with that pattern, and then the following week I have a gain. So sometimes, no matter what you're going to do, you're going to have a little bit of a gain. To me, a little bit of a gain is a pound or two. Like maybe you went out and enjoyed yourself a little bit too much, and you went out to eat a little too often or something like that, or you gained a pound or two. Don't stress on that, because that was my problem. I would gain like 2 pounds and I think, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? I've reached an age, because I'm 72. I've reached an age where I'm thinking, why am I going to worry about my weight Well, I plan on living another 20 years. Now, nobody's life is guaranteed. I understand that. But, like if I really take care of myself, follow my doctor's advice, get some exercise in, follow my diet, follow all of the good things, get enough sleep, all of the things that you need to do to kind of give your body an advantage. I don't want to rush the judgment of my, okay, I'm 72, I'm going to die any day now anyhow. You know what? I don't want to live my life like that. I just don't. So I know that sometimes I'm going to gain a little bit. Now, at my age, gaining 2 pounds in a week, it's going to take me almost a month to lose that. So I have to really consider that. Now, if you're younger, you can gain 2 pounds, and then maybe you can lose that within a week or so. I come to the realization that's not going to happen for me at my age. When I was in my 20s, I could lose 5 pounds in a week. I could go really crazy one week, and then the following week get really dedicated on my diet and lose the 5 or 6 pounds I gained. Those days are gone, my friends. I thought they'd never end. It's a song. But anyway, so if you have a small gain, some of it might just be bathroom issues. You might be a little bit constipated. Things like that really make a difference. You don't think that they do, but they do. So just kind of, it's easy to say. It's easy enough to say, oh, it was a small gain, don't worry about it. It's hard to accept. I know this from my own personal self. It's just hard to accept any kind of a gain, no matter what the reason. Even if you have a gain when you've done everything right, that's even more discouraging. But sometimes it's just your body shifting around a little bit, and don't get discouraged. Easier said than done, I realize, but don't get discouraged. So they tell you to just decide this. They tell you to try this. Well, it's the same thing. Decide this, try this, whatever. Decide what amount of weight gain will activate your plan. 3 or more pounds. I can't let it get to 3 or more pounds. I really can't. I was at one point in my weight loss journey, I was at 96 pounds lost. I was doing so well. And then I just lost my way. I had like a pound or 2 gain here, and then a pound or 2 gain there. And then I just more or less just kind of gave up. I just was so chained to the scale too, just defining how I did the previous week on what the number on the scale told me. And if the scale didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, I think, what the heck? I'm just going to eat what I want. I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm going to live my life. That was my famous line, live my life. Well, I can live my life and follow my plan. I can do both. And I kind of lost track my way. I lost my way, and I was down to 48 pounds lost. So I had gained like 50 some pounds, and it was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm really dedicated now. I'm really back on my plan. I was so close. My goal is to get to Wonderland. Once I hit 199, I'm just going to celebrate like you wouldn't believe. It's just, my goal of my whole life has been to get under 200. I've been over 200 pounds since the 70s. And that's a long time, my friends. That's a long, long time. So I know that I can do it. I really do know I can do it. Also, they tell you to brainstorm simple, healthy behaviors that help you to lose your weight in the past. Planning your dinners ahead of time, pre-tracking your meals before eating out, switching up your activity routine. I laugh at this one. Going to bed by 11 p.m. If you follow my daily vlog, you know how funny that is. Attending workshops and reflecting on past successes. Okay, I am not a menu planner. I have done it in the past. The most I've ever lasted was 2 weeks. I don't like being confined to something like that. It works for so many people, and more power to you because it works for you. It just doesn't work for me. I like to wake up in the day and say, what do I feel like eating today? And so like when you go to a restaurant, what am I going to order today? Well, I always know. I go to the same restaurants. I order the same things. But it's just like it's a matter for me is not choosing what's going to be on the menu. It's what restaurant I'm going to go to, what I feel like. So I got to tell you, I miss Chi-Chi's. It was my favorite. I know it wasn't really a Mexican restaurant, but I loved Chi-Chi's. I really did. And then they went out of business. But anyway, number 2 is they said pre-tracking your meals before eating out. When I was really, really dedicated, when I had lost my 96 pounds, I would bring my own salad dressing, and I would have it all measured out. I'd know exactly how much I would need. When I ordered my meals, I would always order a carry-out container right away, cut the meal in half, put it in the container, so I'd bring it home for the next day. I never ordered off the healthy option menu. I know I probably should have, but I I like eating out, and if I'm going to spend that much money, I'm going to purchase something that I'm going to enjoy and that's something I really want. I like cottage cheese, but I'm not going to go to a restaurant and order cottage cheese. So that's just not who I am. But I can make a hamburger at home, but it doesn't taste as good as the greasy hamburger that you get at a restaurant. And I know it's because it's all the grease that's all over. But you know what? If I do it once in a while, it's not going to kill me. It's just not going to kill me. If it gets to the point that I'm having it every single day, yeah, then we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Switching up my activity routine. I just recently, in January, joined the gym. I joined LA Fitness with my husband. I haven't been going, and I just started going last week. I used to walk every day, but I have plantar fasciitis on my foot, and I've noticed that when I start walking, even though I have really good shoes, I got the shoes that my foot doctor had recommended. They're Hoka's, Hoka, very comfortable shoe. A little bit on the expensive side, but you know what? I'm worth it. I really am. And I really do like the feel of the way the shoe fits. And so but I can't walk as much as I used to, and that really bothers me. But I did find out that I could walk in the water with those little dumbbells that, and I do different exercises in the water, and I don't like exercising, but I don't mind exercising in the water. So I switched up my activity routine a little bit more, and I think that's going to make a difference too. I know they say go to bed by 11 o'clock. My feelings on this matter is, as long as you get the required amount of sleep that you need, that your body requires, I don't think it really matters what time you go to bed. I'd like your opinion on that, because I am a night owl. I, for so long, started work at 6 in the morning and worked from 6 to 3. That was my shift. I worked 6 to 3 for like 20 years. I would get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock for work. I would go to bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. So when I retired, I thought, you know what, I don't have to do that anymore. So I pretty much stay up till like 2 or 3 in the morning. But I get it. My body only requires 6-7 hours sleep. 7 hours the most. If I sleep more than 7 hours, I'm like, it's like, no. I'm achy and cranky and, well, I'm not really cranky. I'm not a cranky person for the most part. Not to say that I don't have my cranky moments, but for the most part, I'm not cranky. I wake up stiff. Like I overslept. I slept too long. So when I go to bed like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I wake up. I shouldn't say I get up. I wake up about 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on what time I went to bed. So that's 6-7 hours. And then I kind of lay in bed, play games on my phone, answer my emails, answer my comments on YouTube, things like that. And then like maybe an hour later, get out of bed. Now I know that's like a lazy ass. I know that. But you know what? I'm retired. What else have I got to do? I more so follow that plan in the winter months because I'm going to be stuck in the house anyhow. Now in the summer, I gradually work to go into bed like about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I can get up like at 8 o'clock and then enjoy the whole day. But I think that this going to bed by 11 o'clock, I think that they're talking about people that, like you go to bed at 11 and then you get up like at 7. So, but no. If I go to bed at 11 o'clock, I'm going to wake up for the day by 1:30. I've tried it. It just does. And I know people say, well, you just got to, slowly work your way to the 11 o'clock. No. I think as long as I get my sleep, I'm fine. The other one, this one's funny too, attending workshops. It's so ironic that they put this out this week when they closed all the workshops last week. It's like, you can tell that they planned these topics months in advance because the workshops are going away. I think that they're just definitely all going to go away. And the last thing is that reflecting on past successes. I've done this before. I'll do it again. And I know that when I was doing it before, I said, I'm never going to gain that weight back again. I know how hard it was to lose it. I'm never going to gain it back again. Well, you know what? I gained it back. And the reason was because I had set myself a goal of, like, once I got to, like in the next set of numbers, that I definitely would say, okay, slow down, back up the truck, you're getting too fast, you're getting too fat. So like when I got into the teens, because I was at 209 was my lowest. When I got into the teens, I thought I don't really need to worry too much. And then I got into the 20s and then the 30s. And then before you know it, I was in the 50s. My last weigh-in 5 weeks ago, I was 256.6, I think it was. I was too close to the 60s. I was like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard to get down to 209. And as I was losing my weight, thankfully, I got rid of my bigger clothes. So when I went into the other, like the other things, but we all know that if you wear clothes long enough, no matter what your size, the threads get generous with you and they stretch. So I have not had to buy bigger sizes, but I was getting to the point that I was close to needing to buy a bigger size. And that's what really snapped me back into reality. The seams on my clothes were like stretched to the limit. They really were. And they were like, we're begging you, Sandy, begging you, stop. That's what I heard them. I heard my seams telling me that. So that's what really got me back on track. Another thing is pick 1 or 2 things you're most likely to do and enjoy, and then write out a detailed plan. If I gain 3 or more pounds, I will plan 3 weeknight dinners and commit to my next 2 workshops. Like I said, what I have to get back to my plan was, the first thing is definitely not let myself get into the next set of numbers going the bigger way. I don't have a problem going the lower way, but going the bigger way, I have to tell myself I'm not going to let myself do that. And the other things that I'm going to do is, when I do go back to weighing myself, is not being so chained to what the number on the scale says. Reflect on the previous week. If I had a gain, why did you have a gain? Did you eat out too much? Did you eat too many sugar things? Did you eat too many carbs? Figure out what went wrong. That's what I'm going to do. Now we're going to dive a little deeper. We won't sugarcoat it. Gaining weight when you're trying to lose or maintain stinks. It's okay if you feel discouraged, worried, or any other type of way. Just try not to blame yourself or look for a scapegoat. This isn't one, and you can't change. There often isn't one, and you can't change what's in the past. You can say like, oh my gosh, why did I have that huge piece of cake yesterday? I shouldn't have had it. Well, you had it. You can't change it. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is reflect on, what? That piece of cake I had yesterday was a little too big. I must have thought for some reason I could get away with it, but obviously I can't. But let's just try to do better in the future. Just tell yourself that. Be positive. Talk to yourself, we say this all the time. Talk to yourself as you would a friend. Because a lot of times, now sometimes your friends need tough love, but you can be like gentle with the tough love. Be gentle with yourself too if you really need some tough love. But you can plan ahead now for how you'll respond. When there's no set amount for what constitutes a small weight gain versus normal fluctuation, it's smart to take action if you gain more than about 3 pounds over the course of 2 weeks or less. That's a good thought. It really is. I mean, I can lose 3 pounds. I can gain 3 pounds in a week. But then if I lose it the following week, I should not get on that yo-yo plan. I should know that, maybe 3 pounds was a lot, but, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe my body's just fluctuating. Maybe I really didn't eat 3 pounds gain worth of food last week. It's just my body kind of reacting, and just kind of tell yourself that. And now when you're in a cool, calm, and losing weight state, it's easier to create a small, simple plan you'll actually stick with. Compare that to a heart-of-the-moment response when you might try to overcorrect, or when you get frustrated when you can't build 10 new habits in a week. Or you may swing to the other extreme and just want to give up. It'd be so much easier if we just knew that if this is what I was going to do, and it would automatically happen. It doesn't work that way. We have to work at it. It's just really, really hard. Nobody said this was going to be easy. So lighten up, Buttercup. Pucker up, Buttercup. No, what is it? Suck it up, Buttercup. I knew it would come to me. We're glad you're asking about small weight gains because they're so common, even among those who have lost and maintained. Consider this. 82% of Weight Watchers Success Registry members say they think about past successes to help them get back on track after they've had a gain. Lean into whatever habits work for you and play to your strengths to help ensure a small gain is just a bump in the road, not the end of your journey. I never thought that it was the end of my journey. I never thought it was a bump in the road. I thought it was like a mountain in the road. It was just like, but you know what? I climbed over it, and I think I'm coming down on the other side. I think I really worked my way to the top to realize, looking back, I can look back and see how well I did or how badly I did to gain all that weight, or I could look ahead to know how much better I'm going to do. No more looking back for me. That's in my past. I've gained 50 some pounds. It's in my past. Now I'm looking forward to see that I'm going to lose that 50 pounds. The 3 fast facts. Responding to weight gains is wait a minute. Let me read it again. Responding to weight gains in a hot state can cause it to overcorrect or give up. Number 2 is creating a plan for how to respond ahead of time when you're in a cold state can help you reverse a small weight gain. And number 3, a plan that leans into your strengths and goes to healthy behaviors helps us follow through with more confidence. Very true. So true, true, true. So I'm kind of curious what their topic's going to be for next month, because this month was your weight loss questions answered. Hopefully it's like about what the direction Weight Watchers is going in next month, but who's to know? So how did you guys do on your weight loss? What are your thoughts on this subject? What are your thoughts on Weight Watchers in general? I'm kind of curious. I am paid up until May, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in May. I think so many people are going over to Healthy Bites, which is kind of similar to the Weight Watcher plan, and I know that there's a lot of specials going on with that. I'm going to make the determination. I lost my weight on Weight Watchers. I know how to follow the Weight Watchers plan. When I follow the Weight Watchers plan, I do lose weight. So I think that after 5 years, is it 5 years or 6 years? 6 years. 6 years. After 6 years, I should pretty much know the plan backwards and forwards. So I might just decide to follow the plan still, but not pay the fees. Well, we'll see. So, but if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. Hopefully I'll see you on my daily vlog. If not, I will talk to you again next week.